Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'd like to show you how to make part 4 of the In Bloom crochet along. In Bloom has been designed by Johanna from Mio Crochet in collaboration with Favorite Garner. The yarn that I'm using for my In Bloom is Scheepjes Katona yarn. For this round I'll only be using my background color, so everything in the white here, that's part 4. And we're using part 4 in combination with a 3mm hook, so you're dropping a hook size for this part. So part 4 is all about the background, so the white stitches here. We'll be connecting our flower petals we made in part 3, so these petals here, we'll be connecting them to our work and we'll be just getting this nice even background stitches. That's what we'll be doing with part 4. Take you step by step through the rounds that make up this part. So thank you for watching. I hope it's a useful video for you. Round 28. I've got a 3mm hook, and we're going to start in any corner space. This round, round 28, is exactly the same as the previous round, which is a repetition of round 18. I'll just get you started. New color yarn, attach in any corner space with a slip stitch. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, where that first chain counts as a single crochet, and then chain 2, and then another single crochet. So this is your corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet. On the straight edge we work a single crochet in every chain stitch and chains in between. It's chain 1. Then in that first chain work a single, chain 1, work a single in the next. You're going to continue this until you're to the next chain 2 corner space on the other side. There you're again going to make a new corner, which is a single, chain 2 and a single. Continue, go all the way around, and when you're back at your first stitch, it's going to be here, close on that first stitch, that first chain 1, with a slip stitch. Round 29. In this round we're going to be connecting the corner petals, so only the corner petals, to our work. The center petals we'll do at a later point. So that we're going to be doing in this round. I'm currently in the first chain 1 here with a slip stitch. That's where I'm currently at. Start with a chain 2. That counts as a double crochet in that stitch. Now in the chain 2 corner space you're going to work a double crochet, then a special double to connect the stitch to the petal, another special double and a regular double. We're going to work all of that in the same space. So in the next stitch, so in that chain 2 corner space, work a double crochet. Then we're going to do a special double. Yarn over in the stitch, take off 2 loops. Now find your flower petal. We're again going to be connecting the first of those 3 center doubles. So the first one of those 3 centers, go around that post as though you're working a back post stitch. Yarn over and pull through everything that's on your loop, on your hook. This is exactly what we've done before also. Chain 2, 1, 2. This chain 2 is your new corner. And now another special double. So again in that chain 2 space, just exactly see where it is. Oh, here it is. And there we go. Take off the first 2 loops. Now come back to your flower petal and that third one of those 3 centers, go around that stitch from the back as though it's a back post stitch. Yarn over and pull through everything that's on your loop, on your hook in one go. Now you've connected the flower petal. yarn over and work one more double crochet in that chain 2 space. You're going to have to just fold the petal back to really get into that space. And 2, there we go. Then that connects your flower petal, and that you're going to do in all 4 of your corners. Now comes the straight edge, so you're just going to have to fold your work a little bit forward that you can just get to those stitches. The central petal, just fold it inwards. You can really get to your work. You're going to work a double crochet on every single crochet and every chain 1 space. Now here's the first single. I'm going to work a double in there, and then in the chain 1 space, and then in the single and the chain 1 space. Continue this until you're to the other side, and when you're at the other side, you're going to work that new corner where you're going to be connecting your flower petal exactly the same way that I just showed you. Remember to fold your central petal, the one that's here in the center, to fold that forward. You don't want to connect that, so just fold this forward. You can see how I've now worked a few stitches, and then you get this nice background here on your work. So continue like this, work a double crochet in every space and every single crochet until you get to this corner here, and then you're going to connect your flower petal exactly the same way that I just showed you here. Yeah, so you're going to do that in this place also, and then go all the way around, and when you're here, you're just going to have to fold this petal inward also. After you've worked that last double crochet in the chain 1 space, because you've got still one chain 1 space left there, close on the chain 2 with a slip stitch. Round 30. This round we're just going to be connecting this flower petal a bit more, because you see it's still totally loose from your work, and we'll also be doing the same with the center petal. Currently in the chain 2 with a slip stitch from the previous row, so that's where I'm currently at. Chain 1. This chain 1 counts as your first single crochet. You're also going to close when you're all the way around on that with a slip stitch. A single crochet in the next 2 stitches, and the next one is that one there. It's the first one, and the next one, the second one. That's your special double crochet. Up to the chain 2 space. In the chain 2 space, work a single, chain 2, and another single. For the straight edge, I'm going to work a single in the first 6 stitches. So the first one is this special double here, so be mindful not to accidentally skip that. It's your first stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 single crochets. We're now going to work a single crochet through the back loop of the petal and the next stitch. And we're going to need the 4th back post from the top. So let me just count with you. So you see here's the petal. You're going to need the 4th stitch from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the stitch you need. So from the top you see there's 1, 2, just count them properly. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see there are also the stripes. So you know these are the back post stitches. So number 4. So you're going to grab the back loop of that stitch. Just pick up my yarn. So the back loop of that stitch, and then the next double crochet. And work a single through all of that. and also the next stitch. So back loop and work a double crochet. So this way you've connected this flower petal to your background. Going to continue and work a single crochet in the next 15 stitches. Here's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 14, then this is number 15. Now bring your central petal up, because we're going to do something similar here as we just did there. Just open up this loop. Going to again do a single crochet through the back loop of the petal and the next double here on the white stitches. We need the back loop of the 7th stitch on the petal, counting from below. So if you just look at your petal, that's the first stitch, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's this stitch you need, and we need only the back loop. Just going to hook up my yarn. Sorry, we first need the 6th one and then the 7th. So let me just count that again. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's stitch number 6. Just grab the back loop and the next stitch, which is that one there. So that was there we go. So it was stitch number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that stitch number 6 there. The 7th stitch is the next one. So also grab the back loop of that and your next stitch here to the back and work a single crochet through those two. Also, this is to connect your flower petal to your work. Going to continue and work 11 single crochets. It's going to bring us to this side, and there we're going to do the same as we did on that side. So 11 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 10, 11 single crochets. Now again, flip your petal forward, and we're going to use the back loop of the 4th stitch from the top. So you see here the 4th back loop stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's that stitch there. 1, 2, 3. The 4th back loop stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to go through that back loop. I have to just turn my work slightly to get through that stitch, and then the next one. And work the single and also the following stitch. And work a single. And now you've connected this central petal to your background stitches. With the tip, we'll connect that in the next round, so that will also be fine. Don't worry that this is still loose. And move everything a bit. We need to do 15 more single crochets to get to the next petal here, where we're going to connect everything again. So 15 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 15 there. 15 single crochets. Now again, going to attach the side loop here to our work. We need the 6th back loop from below, from the back post from below. Again, that's the first stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Show you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And from that stitch you just need the back loop and the next stitch here, of course, and then complete the single. And you also need the next stitch, back loop and the next stitch over there also, and complete. At this point you should have 6 stitches left. I'm going to work a single crochet on each of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one here is number 6. Next up is the chain 2 space. It's a single, chain 2, and another single, which makes a new corner. Everything you've just done on the straight edge, so catching the stitches there and on this either side of the central petal and here, do all of this all the way around. And when you're back here on the last repeat, you only need to do 3 single crochets and then close on your first stitch with a slip stitch. Round 31 already. I'm going to start with a chain 2. That's our first double crochet. So you're going to close on that chain 2 when you're all the way around. On the first stitches up to the chain 2 corner space, work a double crochet. Let me just check, this is where we're currently at. So the next stitch is 1, 2, and 3. There you go. Next stitch is the corner. It's just going to be in the chain 2 space. You work 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. And 2. That's your new corner made. On the straight edge, we're going to start by working 30 double crochets. That will bring you here halfway, and then we can connect the flower petal. So 30 doubles in the first stitch. It's 1, going to work 30, 2, 3, 4, 29, and then this is number 30. So that brings you behind the central petal. So you've now done 30 double crochets. We're now going to connect the petal to our work. Special double crochet, so that's yarn over in the stitch. Complete the first half of the double crochet. Now around again the first of those 3, so this is exactly like we've done before, as though you're working a back post stitch. Take off everything that's on your hook. In the next stitch, work another special double crochet. So in that next stitch, and this is a little fiddly because it's all a bit tight, then go to your next petal, or sorry, the third one on the petal, and take through everything that's on your loop. And you want to do this in stages because it is all a little tight and snug. There we go. And now it's again a double crochet onto the corner. And that first one, where's that first stitch? Yes, there it is. Because this first one is a little hard after the special stitches. And 2. So work a double crochet on every stitch until you get to the chain 2 corner space. And then you're going to work a new corner, which is 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. And then you're on the straight edge and you can repeat everything you've just done. So what you just see here, repeat that all the way around. So corner, 30 doubles, 2 special stitches, double crochets to the corner, work a new corner, etc. Go all the way around, and here at the end close on your chain 2. Round 32. For this round we're going to work a single crochet on every stitch, and in the corner single, chain 2 and a single. So I'll just get you started. Chain 1. This counts as your first single crochet. Then in the next stitch work a single and work one till you get to the corner. And the last one, the chain 2 space, I'm going to work a single, chain 2 and another single. On the straight edge work a single on every stitch. Here's the first one, remember not to accidentally miss that one. It's your first stitch. And work a single on every stitch. When you're to the other side, go to repeat the corner, single, chain 2 and a single in the corner space. And then you go all the way around. And when you're all the way around, you're closing on that chain 1 there, you close on that chain 1, and then you're ready for the next round. Round 33. This round we're going to work a double crochet on every stitch, and in the corner 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. Chain 2, this counts as your first double. You can also do a chain 3 here if that works better for you. You're going to close on the first stitch, so on that top of that chain 2 when you're all the way around. In the next stitch, so this one here, to double and do a double on each stitch. When you get to a corner, I'm going to work 2 doubles, chain 2 and 2 doubles. When you have, let me just check where my at is here, and then after the corner you work the straight edge again, which is a double crochet on every stitch. You continue like that, you go all the way around. Here we've got the chain 2, and then I just turn everything a bit. You know, the square is getting bigger at this point, so I need to take a bit more effort to get it all in front of the camera. And 2 more doubles for the start of the next edge. You can see there. So repeat this all the way around, double crochet on every stitch, the corner 2 doubles, chain 2, 2 doubles, and close on the first stitch. We're currently in the chain 2 space, or the chain 2 that makes a double crochet. I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch. So your next stitch, just slip stitch in there. There we go. Now I'm going to do a chain 2. 1, 2. The first chain counts as a single crochet, and the second chain counts as a chain 1. Because we're going to be making a mesh structure again. So we're currently in this stitch, skip the next stitch and then work a single crochet. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and work a single. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and work a single. Chain 1. Your last stitch here before the corner, going to skip that stitch and then go into the corner where you work a single, chain 2 and another single. For the next straight edge, to do exactly the same, chain 1, skipping the first stitch, that's going to be the single crochet here, then go to the second where you work a single. Chain 1, skip the next stitch and work a single. This you're going to repeat all the way round. When you come to your last stitches, going to, let me just see this, here's a chain 2, so that will be your last stitch. That's a single crochet there. Do a chain 1, you're going to skip this last position, and then in the chain 1, so of the chain 2, you're going to close on that chain 1 with a slip stitch. And at that point you can also cut your yarn. When you've completed part 4, this is where you're at. Take a moment to block your work at the end of part 4. I've just noticed that really helped to make my work square, because it was just it wasn't really bobbling, it was just more a bit uneven, a bit skew, and blocking it really gets that nice and square and helps to flatten out any last bobbles that there might be with your work. When you've completed your blocking and you've worked away your last yarn tails, you're finished with part 4, and I hope to see you next time for part